What happens if someone tells you that you're not good enough? You're probably going to be annoyed by that comment, right? But what happens if you start telling yourself that you're not good enough? I think that's a very common problem, that all of us has that imposter syndrome in us, always thinking that the other person is way better than us, that the other person excels in everything, and here we are being stagnant or moving yet very slowly. How are you able to combat imposter syndrome? How are you able to get back up and tell yourself that you are still good enough to keep on moving? That at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how fast the other person is moving, but it only matters that you keep on going. I've learned this lesson back in 1993 when I was a freshman in college. While walking to one of my engineering classes, I saw a poster on the door and it says, "Free karate." Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that four-letter word free had me hooked. When I was a kid, I loved watching karate movies. Every time I watch these karate movies, I always make believe that I was Bruce Lee, running around the entire house and drenched in sweat, making believe that I was fighting against 10 other guys. The next day, I went to my karate class, and suddenly I saw muscular, massive men enter the room. And I thought, oh my goodness, now I know why it's free. I'm gonna be their punching bag. Lesson learned. Read the fine print and stop dreaming of the free stuff. Suddenly I heard, "I am Sensei Dombrowski, your teacher." What? Dombrowski? Not Mr. Miyagi? I mean, that's who I see in the Karate Kid movie, right? And he said, "Everyone, stand still and watch me." He started to perform his karate, and I could feel the vibration of the floor and his laser-focused eyes. And then when he was done, he said, "You will be doing 1,000 punches, kicks, and arm pounding." Arm pounding? Is this a arm breaking contest? Worse yet, he said, "Don't wipe your sweat or the entire class will do push-ups." Now, I mean, I do want to be Bruce Lee, but is this 1,000 of these things plus not wiping your sweat even doable? And at around the 50th punch, I felt the sweat dripping from my forehead, down my face, and right into my nose. Now, you just imagine the sweat going down your face and right toward your nose. I'm sure it feels itchy, isn't it? And as much as I want to follow his order, it was so unbearable that I wiped my sweat. And yep, for sure, the entire class had to do push-ups. Now just imagine muscular, massive men doing push-ups while staring at me. It's not gonna be well in the locker room. And then when I got back to the locker room, I felt a sweaty hand on my shoulder. And when I turned around, it was Sensei Dombrowski. And I said, "Sensei, I'm so sorry for making the entire class do push-ups, but I'm gonna quit. I'm just not good enough." And he said, "Don't wipe your sweat." What? I'm not even sweating, Sensei. He looked at me and said, "The sweat is no different from your distractions. Learn to control it before it controls you. Focus on the things that you can do, not the things that you cannot do. If you learn to control what's going on the outside, you learn to control what's going on in the inside." And then he moved closer and he said, "Life is full of obstacles. If you want to discover your potential, don't wipe your sweat. Control your distraction and keep moving forward." Right after when he said that, it finally dawns on me that my problem is I focus on how good everyone else is doing, but me. And so after that day, I have learned to not wipe my sweat. I have used his motto, "Don't wipe your sweat," in a way that my sweat is a form of distractions that I should learn to control. Isn't life always like that? When you are so busy focusing on the other person that you forget to focus on yourself, because that other person is a distraction. I'll tell you what, distractions are inevitable. Distractions happens to you every single time when you set a goal. Welcome to the world of distractions. Distractions is when you pick up the phone, looking through social media, and then wondering, how is that this person is way better than me? And you forget to look at yourself. You forget to understand how much work, how much effort that you put in, that one day you too can be successful. But because you were paying attention to that person, that social media, versus yourself. Don't wipe your sweat. It's a way for me to understand that if I'm in a gym, my purpose is to go to that gym to finish my reps, to finish my exercise, to lose weight, to gain muscles, whatever your intentions are. Don't focus to the person on your left or the person on your right. Your focus should be within. Life is full of obstacles, and it is designed for you so that you can be a better person. It's designed that way for you to grow, because it is your journey, not that person or this person. Your journey, your path, your destination is different from everyone else. While he or she might reach the destination before you, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, at the end of your journey, you too will reach that destination. This is not a race. We are not born with the same qualities. We all have unique qualities. You might excel better than someone else, and at the same time, you might be slower than someone else. Whether they're gonna reach their destination before you, it really doesn't matter, because eventually you will also reach that destination. That person might get the gold medal before you, but eventually you too are a gold medalist. You are just as good as anybody. Your distractions are things that are going to hold you back. Sometimes you just don't know how much you can do and how far you can go until you look within and understand your potential. When you finally understand your potential, nothing can stop you. Don't wipe your sweat, and good luck.